being an entrepreneur sounds cool, but the reality of building a business is very, very difficult. Every level that you hit, there's a lot of things that suck that you just won't want to do. What you're capable of is on the other side. I don't feel like it.
And if you're committed to what it is that you're trying to do, nothing is going to stop you from getting there.
Welcome back to Real Business Owners with myself, Trevor Cowley. Guys, per usual, if you're ready to level up, go to joinrbo.com. There's a lot of people winning in the inner circle, and I would love to build a relationship with you and be on that journey with you to get you from where you are to where you're trying to be. Guys, this week's topic is just understanding your personal branding. And at this point, how important it is more so than your business branding. Now, old school back in the day, it was all about the branding of the business. Nowadays, it's more about the people that are behind the business than it is the business. If you're out there running ads for your business, you should be posting on a business account. Let's be real. I mean, people are going to go through the process of seeing your ad, then they're going to go over to your social media and they're going to vet you that way. They're going to scroll through some of your content and decide from that point moving forward whether you're somebody that they might want to do business with. But think about it. If you see family or friends or anybody that you know in business that has business pages and you see them post something on their business pages, how often does it get shared? How much love is it really receiving? Is it getting a bunch of likes? Is it getting a bunch of shares? It doesn't happen anymore. Why is that? The market knows that that individual has an agenda. All businesses have an agenda. Your agenda as a business owner is to generate revenue, is to make money. And the marketplace knows that. So anytime that you're posting something from a business page, the marketplace knows what you're trying to do. They understand that the only reason why you're giving this information is because you want to receive. The law of reciprocity says, give and you shall receive. So how can you give in an authentic, genuine manner? And I'm not saying you're not being authentic or genuine and trying to give good information through your business page, but it clearly, with a name brand behind it, the name of your business, automatically it's like, okay, this is an agenda. All they're doing is they want me to do business with them. There's a reason why when people are joining masterminds or they join Facebook groups, they're not usually doing it underneath a business page. They're doing it under their personal page, and then they post content about what it is that they do, what their expertise is, whatever field of business that they're in. All businesses do business to make money. So let's try and think about it in a 2025 thought process, okay? If people are wanting to do business with people, I mean, even Nike, Gatorade, clothing companies, cologne companies, perfume companies, everybody's out there leveraging other people's personal brands. They're using celebrities, they're using athletes to leverage their likeness in order to build trust. Why didn't Nike just keep it Nike? Why did they peel off an entire division of their business and call it Michael Jordan's? People buy the Jordans because of Michael Jordan. If Michael Jordan was with Adidas or with New Balance or with any other Reebok, it doesn't matter who he's with, people would still be buying Jordans because of who he is. So even the big brands that are grandfathered into branding, so to speak, because they've been around for 20 years, 30 years, 50, 100 years, they understand that the power of leveraging personal brands behind their brand. They prop up their brand through the individuals that they're utilizing, putting next to their brand, and that's how they're able to become as successful as they are or stay as successful as they are. Now, there are cases where it's good to have a business page. I'm not saying go out there and kill your business page if you have a business page, but my guess is it's not like you're getting leads flooding in from the business page or from the content that you post on your business page. The majority of the times that you post on a business page, you're going to get 2 or 3 likes, a couple hearts, very rarely any comments. And usually the people that are liking those posts are people that you're never going to do business with. They're going to be your family. They're going to be friends. There could be a spouse. Those are the only people that are supporting your business page just out of courtesy, more so than they are out of the fact that they want to do business with you. They already know you and know that you're in that industry. It's very rare that you're going to get some random stranger to go like or share something from a business page. And so again, I'm not telling you to go kill your business page because there are places for them. And if you're out there organically trying to get business, it's not going to happen through your branding from your business page. Even if you're giving good content, people know that there's that agenda behind it. You're in business to do one thing, and that's to make money. Okay, here's a good chunk of information from this business, but I already know that the only reason why they're giving that to me is because they want me to do business with them. And so it doesn't feel good when people have an agenda. If you knew somebody was friends with you because they were trying to level up and they had an agenda behind what it is that they were doing with you, it wouldn't feel good. It wouldn't feel authentic. It wouldn't feel genuine. And so the idea is, I'm here to challenge you guys to focus more so on your personal brands and becoming an authority with your personal name in the industry that you're in, more so than you are using your business page to try to get business. Social media has changed. It's not what it was. Business has changed. Things constantly change. And if you're not evolving with change, you're going to be left behind. So you see companies out there leveraging influencers. Like I said, you've got, big brands out there leveraging celebrities and athletes. And so First Form, Andy Frisella's company was literally built on the back of influencers. He was utilizing other people's likeness, other people's influence in order to say, hey, buy First Form, work with us. We're the best. So they've shown their physique. They've shown how they work out. They've shown their personal knowledge in the fitness space. And by happenstance, so to speak, and we all know it's not happenstance, they're showing this product as well. So the actual product itself is secondary to the individual that's showing the product. It's not the product that's gaining the attention. It's not the brand that's gaining the attention. It's the individual that gained the attention. And then they have the ability to leverage or prop up these various different brands. How many influencers have built, 1 million followers, 2 million followers, and then next thing you know, they go start a business where they start selling a product or service in which they own? Look at Prime, for instance. One of the Paul brothers, Logan Paul, that literally used his personal influence and built a massive business with Prime. Did Prime come first, or did his personal brand come first? He leveraged his personal brand, his personal awareness and attention in order to build the actual business. And so if we start looking around and elevating our perspective and seeing what other people are doing that are playing the game at a bigger level, it's going to give us some hints. It's going to give us some tips on what we could be doing so that we have the ability to stay in the fight for a longer period of time. I personally believe that with time, and I don't think we have a lot of it left because attention is becoming so expensive anymore, and the attention span of people it's slowly dying, right? So it takes a lot to get people's attention. But if somebody likes, and trusts you, they're going to want to do business with you. How does somebody like, and trust a brand, a business name that feels like it has an agenda behind it? If you don't know who's behind the business, how do you know to trust the business? How are you going to like the business? Even if the content's halfway decent. Look at Alex Hermosi. Look at what he's been able to build. Look what Andy Frisella built with First Form. Andy Frisella leveraged his personal brand, leveraged other people's personal brands in order to build a massive company in terms of First Form. Alex Hermosi builds business after business after business on the back of his personal brand. I know he owns acquisitions.com, but the only reason why I know about acquisitions.com is because he's wearing the merchandise on his body. It's his personal brand. He is acquisitions.com. So if people want to do business with acquisitions.com, what they really feel like that they're doing is they're doing business with Alex Hermosi. When you buy First Form product, you're like, okay, I'm doing business and supporting somebody that I know, like, and trust in terms of Andy Frisella. It's the law of reciprocity, right? Like, he gives out good content, good information. His podcasts are great. And he's of service to the business community and the fitness community. And so what ends up happening is he puts himself in a situation where people want to do business with him because they know, like, and trust him. They feel like, okay, I feel like I know what he's about. I'm about what he's about. He's of service to me. I've got value from him. Therefore, I want to do some business with him, or I want to support that individual. This is the problem with newbies. Most newbies don't understand the law of reciprocity. They're going around with one thought in their mind. I need business. I need business. I need business. They go into these Facebook groups and they immediately just promote themselves. Hey, if you want to blow up your business, I own X and X marketing company and we're taking on a few. Nobody knows you, likes you, or trusts you yet. Now, if anything, it's going to throw up a wall because automatically you're exposing the fact, hey, all I'm here for is I just want your business. I'm not here to serve. I'm not here to add value. Just give me, give me, give me. So if you have the thought process of I need business, I need business, I need business, how are you going to build authentic, genuine relationships? How are you even going to be authentic or genuine to who you really are? What you're going to be authentic and genuine to is your own needs because that's what's top of mind for you. Okay. So where is it valuable for you to have a business page? Because I'm not telling you to go kill it, but at the end of the day, I would like you to pay less attention to it and pay more attention to your personal brand, whether that's through the information that you post on Facebook, through the information you post on Instagram. It's like, really, why do you have a Facebook or Instagram? Like what so that really people could like the dinner that you ate or like the photos of your family. Like, that's cool. That feels good when people like the photos of your beautiful family. Oh my gosh, a power couple or whatever the comments are. It feels good, but it doesn't fill up the bank account. That's the problem. And if you're on social media and you're just there for the feel good, you're using social media wrong. You should be leveraging and utilizing the awareness and attention that social media brings you for your business to generate income. That's all you should be utilizing social media for, outside of maybe following certain people to see what they're doing, to see what's possible. Like, for instance, the David Goggins or, people that are breaking world record. Like, because if you're not feeling like doing a workout and you go on social media and you see one of them getting after it, it might make you feel like, man, I was going to skip today, but I'm not going to skip today. So really, that's still serving you in some capacity. So are you leveraging social media in a way that serves you, or are you leveraging it in a way that takes away from your business and takes away from the goals that you really have in terms of where you're trying to be financially? And so think about it. Back in the day, these big brands had to pay, these media outlets and companies to run commercials or run radio ads just to be able to try to get some form of awareness. It was this big process. You had to go through big media companies in order to try to get awareness or attention. Nowadays, you have access to that, and you could leverage that at no cost, or you could leverage it at the cost of your goals. Because if you're utilizing social media as a distraction, you're utilizing social media outside of anything other than understanding what's possible, getting information that has the ability to serve you and get you where you want to try to be, and or get the awareness and attention on who you are, what it is that you do, and what industry you're the expert in, then you're doing yourself a disservice. It's either going to make you money or it's going to cost you money. And there's really no in between there. And the majority of people, as we know, are utilizing it in a manner in which is costing them money because they're spending. That's the reason why it's called spending. They're spending their time there. Your time has a dollar sign attached to it. Your time is valuable because you only get so much of it. You determine the value of that time through the actions that you take on a day-to-day basis. The less productive that you are on a day-to-day basis and the less that you invest into the personal growth that you are trying to make happen, the less value you become, because other people are out there gaining knowledge, gaining information, gaining wisdom, using their personal brands. Look at Dan Martell, same thing. Look at Ed Milet, same thing. The only reason why people know what they do is based upon the fact that they're leveraging their personal brand. So therefore it gives their their business brand some awareness. So where does a business brand page come in? Like, if I'm not going to go out there and just completely delete it or stop using it, how can I use it in a manner in which is beneficial to me? And the way that I've seen it be leveraged to where it's still beneficial to a business owner is if you're running ads, Facebook or Instagram ads or Twitter ads or TikTok ads or whatever it may be. Why is that? Why do I need to post content if I'm actually just paying to get the awareness anyways and getting in front of people? Nowadays, people are vetting the ads. what's going to happen is you put the ad in front of your avatar, the ideal client that you have. And what they're going to do is click on your business page, and they're going to go through some of the business content, and they're going to see if they feel as though that this is the type of people that I want to do business with. So if you're paying for awareness and attention through a business brand, you should be posting content on your business page. And it doesn't have to be daily. Gary Vaynerchuk, the only reason why we know VaynerMedia, and I would guess VaynerMedia is as big as it is based upon the fact that Gary himself grew a personal brand. Therefore, people are like, dude, I know, like, and trust Gary, so I want VaynerMedia to do my marketing, right? That's how he's getting big brands to come in and do ad campaigns with him that are $250,000 a month ad campaigns. It's not because he sat back quietly and posted content on a VaynerMedia page, and then all of a sudden these big brands were like, oh, who's VaynerMedia? It was all built on the back of him, the individual. And so I had an individual sitting in my office yesterday, and he owned a marketing company. And I said, look, man, like, are you the face of the business? And he said, yeah. I obviously have some partners, they kind of behind the scenes. And I was like, okay, cool. Take whatever content that you're posting or want to post on the business page and start posting that under your personal page. You guys might start thinking, well, you have real business owners. Even with real business owners, that Instagram page used to be popping. It used to, I grew it to 80,000 followers in like a year, maybe a year and a couple months, something like that. It went from 0 to like 60,000 in like 8 months or 10 months or something like that. But what ended up happening with that page, and the biggest mistake that I made is I had somebody reach out, is when I was growing it, I was getting follows at like 30 cents a follow. So if I spent 10 grand, I would get 30,000 followers. And I was like, okay, this is a good play long term, because attention's only going to get more and more expensive. So that 30 cents is worth it, because then I can remarket to people if I want to remarket to people, because I'm in front of them. And we were getting, 60,000 views with literally 80,000 followers. So we were getting a bunch of love when it was at that number. And I had somebody reach out to me and say, hey, we put you on shout out pages and we can get you, 30 to 50 cents a follow is what our metrics are. And I said, well, I don't want any bots. I don't want none of that shit. And he promised, and that's not what we do. We post you on shout out pages, and if they like the content, they come and follow the page. And so I was like, okay, I'll try it. And we would get the monthly reports, spend $3,000 a month, and we were getting, 5,000-6,000 followers on a month-to-month basis. I was like, okay, that's about, 50 cents a follow. I still believe that the value was there at 50 cents a follow. So after about, 8, 9, 10 months, whatever it was, I don't remember, I found out that this individual, in order to hit the numbers so that he could send me a report so that I keep paying the $3,000, he was sending fake accounts. And that absolutely killed the algorithm of the page once I stopped paying him, because part of that, he's probably sending likes and comments and things like that was helping it look like, okay, this is real and this is actually a good investment. Anybody that's taking money from you wants you to feel as though that it's a good investment so that you keep spending money with them. Even you as a business owner wants to do a good job so that somebody keeps coming back to you, right? And so he was doing it in a shady way. And that really, that absolutely, I was going to say bruised. It absolutely killed the real business owner's page. And even as of recently, I've thought about, okay, even this topic that's top of mind right now that I'm speaking to you guys about, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I turn real business owners into more so of like a quote page, because I do get paid from Instagram when some of the quotes pop off and they get a bunch of shares. Quotes are easy to produce. It's very cheap, and we can mass produce them, right? Versus video content or reels. And so my thought has been like, well, maybe I should start leveraging my personal brand more so on Instagram than I do real business owners. Maybe I should give people this advice, and maybe I should be taking the advice that I'm actually giving to people. Real business owners worked, but at this point it's still, yes, I'm the name and the face behind it, but I'm behind it. When I think now more than ever, an individual needs to be in front of their business more so than they are behind the business. You know, I have a good buddy, Eddie Malouf. He posted a video recently, and he owns a marketing company. Incredible individual. You know, I love Eddie to death. And he said, my personal brand, Eddie Malouf, brings in more business hands down than any other source that we use to try to bring in business. And so it's like, as I'm reflecting on all of these things, the advice that I gave this individual that came into the office, it's like, well, maybe I should be leveraging. Now on my Facebook page, you know, it does okay. I mean, I have posts on there that get hundreds of likes and 50, 60 comments. So I still post on my personal Facebook page, but I don't really post a whole lot on my personal Instagram, Trevor Lee Cowley, right? And I've thought, as of more recent, what I should maybe do is turn Real Business Owners page into a quote page and start building more so the personal brand of Trevor Lee Cowley. And so I'm sitting here reflecting as I'm talking to you guys, as I'm challenging you guys to elevate your perspective, understand that the marketplace has changed. Like, we know it always changes and evolves. So are we going to change and evolve with it? You know, every new business, I'm going to get my Facebook page and I'm going to, you know, and they get so excited about it because it feels like, you know, they're doing something productive. But in reality, if you have a business page, you have to ask yourself, how often am I really getting business from this page? How much time and effort is being put into it? If you're running ads, I still think it's important to post content on there every so often. But if you're not running ads, is it doing what you want it to do? And the answer is probably not. I don't even have to, like, you know that. Who's liking it? Are you getting any shares on the post? When somebody shares their business page posts, same thing. They could be doing incredibly well on their personal brand on Facebook and get, you know, 100, 150, 250 likes, whatever. Immediately when they share something from their business page, 10 or 15 likes, it's very minimal, even if it's valuable. So think about all the situations. Is it your business? There's some people that I know that utilize their personal brand very, very well. They've built an entire business off of their personal brand. Do they have a Facebook page or a business page? Yeah. But I guarantee you they're not getting shit off of it. And so I want you guys to win. That's the only reason why I wanted to record this podcast, is ask yourself, is the marketplace going to go in reverse? Is it going to go back to what it was, where a business brand could be the one that's top of mind and the individual is behind it? Or is it going to become more the individuals that become an authority in a certain space and then prop up their brands based upon the fact that they're now the authority? There's people that I know that I'm like, I don't, they're in this industry. It's so much easier to remember people's names than it is to remember a business name. Oh, I got a buddy that does that. Let me connect you with him. It's not like, hey, I got a buddy that does that. Let me connect you with the brand. It's personal connections that are building businesses these days. So you have access to something that big companies used to pay a lot of money for, which is attention and awareness. So how well are you really leveraging your personal brand? And I'm not saying to just literally go content heavy just on business on your personal brand. I do think that you really need to show the person as well. Like, it's okay to post pictures of your family. It's okay to go on vacation and post that. It's okay to post, if you love exercising, that this is your routine or whatever it may be. Why? Because that's more commonalities with the individual that could potentially be your avatar. Oh, they believe in God, so do I. They love good family person. I love and respect that. Oh, they exercise. I value fitness. So if there's 3 or 4 points where there's some commonality there, plus they have a need in the industry that you're in, that is when you're going to build authority. You want to do business with like-minded people. You don't want to do business with people that are a pain in the ass. That makes business absolutely terrible. But if there's a bunch of commonalities, they're a good human, you're a good human, you're top of mind based upon the fact that you post good information about the industry that you're in. The kid that was in my office yesterday, he owns a marketing company. I said, well, I had somebody that I met at the gym. He says, hey, man, like, I want to run ads. I need to invest more. And I'm like, bro, you shouldn't be running Facebook ads. You own a moving company. You should be running Google ads. Why don't you give content out there and be like, hey, these industries are better to run Google ads. These industries should be doing SEO on top of Google ads. These industries should be more Facebook ads. Whatever it is. I'm like, tell people about their industry and what would serve their industry the best. Therefore, they're like, oh, that's right. And if you give them a piece of information, they're like, dude, that's so true, and it's coming from the individual, they're going to be more likely to reach out and touch base with you. If you put that same content on a business page, the likelihood of people seeing it are going to be low. You have a bigger reach more so than your business does. 99% of the time, you guys can sit there and try to look at Elon Musk. Why is Tesla doing what Tesla's doing? Why did investors even come in to save Tesla? If it's a dying business, why would somebody want to come in and give money to what looks like a dying business? Oh, the individual that's behind it. So he did so well with his personal brand that people know, like, and trust him to invest into him more so than they did Tesla. So they were betting on the individual. There's the old saying, bet on the jockey, not the horse. You're the jockey. The horse is the business. If you're a shitty person, you're probably going to do shitty business. If you're a great human being, you're going to probably want to do great for other human beings. And this is just the way that human beings process information these days. I want you to be the individual that becomes top of mind in the industry that you're in. I want you to become the authority. This podcast is giving you the game on how to do that. So if you spend money on your business pages, you're spending time, you're not running ads to where people can then check out that content to make sure that you're actually active and posting and have good information where they can vet you after they see an ad, then I believe it's absolutely worthless at this point. Absolutely worthless. If I'm wrong, send me a DM. There's one individual on social media that still is posting content on his business page that's absolutely crushing it, but it has nothing to do with, sharing information. SB Mowing. Some of you guys have maybe seen some of his videos where he knocks on the worst property that he can possibly find and says, hey, I'll clean up your yard for free. And people are like, no way. So one, you're getting to watch this human reaction that's happening because they just can't believe that somebody's willing to do that much work at zero cost. It's a feel-good thing. It feels good to see other people be of service to other people and then have those people feel good about it. Maybe even cry, and get, oh, thank you so much. That feels good. So people watch that shit. And then he puts up his camera and you get to see the before and after. So it's very gratifying. He's out there utilizing social media in a unique way. And by default, he's became an authority because he has millions of followers now, because people want to watch those feel-good stories because it feels good to them to see other people get in that situation where they couldn't afford it, but somebody came in out of the kindness of their heart, knocked on their door, and did it for absolutely free. Could you argue with me and point out one or two or, a handful of people? Sure, you can. People say, oh, you got to have discipline, this, that, you be in good shape to be successful. That's not true. You've got plenty of people that are out of shape that are successful financially, but are they actually successful in life? Do they feel good in their body and mind? Is it successful to feel like shit and be depressed and look like shit, but be financially successful? It means you're winning in one area, but you're not actually winning, right? And so there's always a caveat, or there's always an exception to the rule, so to speak. This is speaking to the masses. So if you're doing feel-good stories, you're doing giveaways, sure, you might see some success that way. But why are all the big brands leveraging influencers? These people have an authority in a certain niche or the industry or space that this brand is in. So what they want to do is leverage that attention and that awareness in order to get attention and awareness on their brand. So I'm asking you to do the exact same thing. Shift what you're trying to do for where we're at in the marketplace so that you have an opportunity to win and win at a high level. Not immediately, because this isn't something that's going to make you rich next week. But if you're doing this over the course of the next few years, you're putting yourself in a higher probability of success than somebody that's not doing it. And the majority of people, to be quite frank, won't do it because it's easier to hide behind the brand than it is to post on your personal brand. Your personal brand, you worry about judgment. On a business brand, you're like, whatever. You're hiding behind the brand or the logo or the business. So if it's fear of judgment, what's my high school friends going to think, or my neighborhood friends growing up, are they going to think that I think I'm somebody that I'm not because I'm posting information? Who gives a fuck? Like literally, who gives a fuck? Are they doing business with you? Is your bank account growing because of that? The way that they think, the way that they talk, the way that they act, the opinions that they have will not pay any bills. I'm trying to challenge you in a way that would be beneficial to you, your family, and your goals. I hope this was valuable to you. You guys know everything that I say on this podcast comes from the right place. I love the fact that I'm able to connect with so many of you guys through Instagram and the messages that we get to share, the phone calls that I've had with random people just in a bad situation, struggling and doing whatever I can to possibly help out. It means the world to me that you guys take time out of your day to listen to the podcast. And so I do everything that I can to try to reciprocate and give you valuable information that I think will serve you, help you, and get you to the goals that you probably have for yourself. And so thank you for tuning in. Per usual, if you haven't left a review, please do. If you've left a review, leave another one. It means the world to me, and it definitely helps the show out. And so other than that, guys, keep kicking ass, and we'll see you next week.